Quindexter here in my testing world, looking a little bit messy and cluttered. I've been fiddling around, getting ready for my new storage room, and what I really want to do is have a decent... Always rains. Always rains. What I want to do is have a Shulker unloading system, because as I build stuff, I'm forever sorting Shulkers. And I found... well, I was kind of playing with my own design, but it didn't work. But I found one that is really compact. Like, really compact. And I'll put a link to the original video from Prowl's SMP. Literally 4x3. And that's how big it is. So you can see what you actually need to build it, and it's really, really cheap as well. Sticky piston, a couple of observers, redstone torch, a button, couple of hoppers, some chests, a couple of redstone dust, a couple of redstone repeaters, a comparator, dispenser, and blocks of your choice. You literally just put some shulkers in the dispenser above, click a button, and it will do its business. But so first of all, I'll load myself up with everything that I need, and let's get started. So first up, we'll put down a couple of chests. And there's two chests, one for the shulkers after they've been broken, so you can pick them up, and one for the items that go in this one down here. In our area here, we'll have a hopper pointing down into, if I can do that properly, pointing down into this chest, and we're going to have our shulker placed here. So let's just build up a couple of blocks there. So our shulker will get placed here, and that will break into this chest. Now on the back of this, we want to be able to detect when the shulker is full or empty, so we'll put a comparator like so, and that will take a signal from shulker as it's unloading, and then when it's finished unloading it will have another signal. Now we do need to get a positive signal off the back here, so this comparator will be powering this block, and we'll just put a torch there. And what you'll be able to see is if I do put a shulker on top, it unpowers that torch and then repowers it after the shulker is empty, and we get stuff down in the bottom. So that's all good. Next thing we want to do is actually have a sticky piston pushing out an observer, and this will mean that we'll have a little clock that whilst this is on, it's kind of off, but it is detecting when things are happening, and that will power other bits. So if I can put a sticky piston above this torch, like so, that will fire out, and we'll have an observer facing into it. And that means that when this fires, this will actually pull this observer back, and will activate another piece of the circuit. We'll also, when this is not working, we'll want to lock this particular hopper. And in order to do that, we can take it off this redstone line here, put another decorative block there. We can have a couple of extra blocks and put down some redstone like so. Put a repeater here, so that is powered when this is inactive. We need to come around here and break the block here. We'll put that redstone there, and we'll put another block here. That means that now this hopper should now be locked. So when it's in off mode, nothing is being sucked down into this chest. Right, next we need to get a piston ready for breaking the shulkers when we put it in here. So if I just put a temporary block there, put that piston like so, so it's facing the observer, and we'll put a block above the observer. Also, we do need to make sure that our dispenser, which is this block here, is powered, and you can do that again by placing an observer to observe the piston firing. So the piston will fire over here, it will trigger that piece, but at the same time this observer here, the second observer, is important to create this circuit going into the dispenser to release a new shulker after one has been, well, for want of a better word, dispensed. So we'll put a block there. We'll put our observer here. No, not there. Here. We will have a... Oh, we haven't put our dispenser in. We'll just put our dispenser in. We need that for releasing the shulkers. Oh, no, need it facing upwards. Downwards, rather. There we go. So that's all good. Here. One here. Oh. Not there. One there. And one there. And we'll put a repeater. So this observer will fire, it will power this block. This block will power this repeater, which will power this block, which will power this dispenser. And just for timing's sake, this needs to be on 2 ticks. That is pretty much it. See how small it is? I mean, it's kind of a miracle build, to be honest. The only other thing we need to do is when this pushes out our shulkers, we need somewhere for them to go. So if we have a hopper facing into this block here, get a couple of chests. 1, 2. All of our leftover shulkers, when they're emptied, can come into here. So this one, which is locked until activated, will push into here, and all of the shulkers will get pushed right, fall into this hopper, and get pushed into this chest. We can do a quick test. Let's get one of these. If I don't already have one on me, there's 7 smooth stone in that one. Put it up there. Now, obviously, if you do have like a chest up here full of shulkers that are going to be pushing into this dispenser, it needs to be activated for it to work. I'll show you how to build that in a second, but a button will do for now. And we should have 1 shulker in here and an additional 7 in there. And this is it working, pretty much. Now there's a couple of things to be noted. Is a hopper coming into a chest is not super fast, and you do need to activate it, but if you are going to be building this out, so if we're just going to pick a prettier block, not grass, let's just go for that, acacia wood, you can come out by 1. Break that so we can see what's going on, and you can still activate this dispenser through a block. So if I was going to put another shulker up in there, you can still activate it, still draining, and it still works. So that's the main design, but hoppers can be slow. So I'm planning on increasing the speed, and to do that in this design, what I need to do is get rid of the chests and want to have a dispenser firing items out, which should be okay at this level. Do a little bit of a test. This will need to be powered by a clock, so observer clock is probably the easiest one. Let's see. Is that pointing in the right direction? Nope. So 1 there, 1 there, so that is firing. If I put some redstone here, is that doing anything? No, it's not, so it needs to go down 1 level. So if we put our Let's just make a little bit of a trench here. We put our observer down here and we put another hopper pointing into it. That's a lot faster. That's a lot faster. Right, and we can put an ice stream and we can have multiple hoppers going down into the storage system, and they will all fill up, and you can always put an ice loop in to keep them coming around filling up the hoppers. But that fits in neatly here. It's fairly silent, at least it is silent with me, because I think I may have a resource pack on, but you could always put a sticky piston to pull it out with a lever to stop it firing continuously if it was making annoying click sounds. We'll put those in, put our button on the outside, and this should all work. I'll just collect the items. That's working. So that's a little design improvement to this particular build, which I will link the original Prowl design in the comments below. But I think it keeps it still within the 3x4 plus your decorations on the front, but this can seriously improve the dispensing times. But for me, this will definitely work. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe if you did. Quindextra out.